First off, I want to thank all the students and the fans for coming out. It was great to have a large homecoming crowd, and we played a really talented football team. Ole Miss is, they are what everyone thinks they are. I thought our guys played really hard, but Ole Miss is well coached. They have a lot of resources, and they've used those resources very well to put together a top 5 team. I thought our guys played really hard, but we're not good enough to blow a coverage or have a personal foul. This team all year is going to have a very, very small margin of error, and when you play a team as talented as that, you got to play almost perfect and hope that they're off. I don't think they played perfect, but they weren't off, and it is what it is. So.
I'm ask the moral victories question, but are there positives to take after the game got away from you in the first quarter?
Well, we had a stretch there that we played decent defense. And that was good. And if we don't turn the ball over, they're averaging 62 points a game. But, right now that football team is at a different level than we are. I told our team, if we play them 10 times, they probably beat us 9. And the 10th time, we'll probably need to get a little bit lucky. They're a lot more talented than us across the board. And, they're better than us.
Is this a game from which your team can get better? In other words, you have a bye week coming up, and kind of underneath this to say, is playing a team like Ole Miss something that's going to help you the rest of the season?
I think time will tell, Les. We're going to play other good players, but across the board, that will be as difficult of the matchup that we probably have all year. And I'm sure Clemson and Miami and NC State and Carolina, and everybody we played. Louisiana, heck, they're going to have good players. We're just, that was a mismatch. And our kids played hard. But like I said, they're really, really talented, and they're certainly a level above us right now.
Have a good sense whether you came out of this game from an injury perspective as well?
Josh, I'll know that on Sunday.
Coach, any adjustments? I know, of course, you got to look at film. Any adjustments you think you can make to where you're not playing from behind like in the first quarter?
Against those guys, any second that game was tied was a good moment. That's a really good football team. They have a lot of resources, and they've spent it well. And, in this day and age, the strength of your collective matters. And they've got a very strong collective, and they've used it extremely well.
Dave, not to go all macro level on you, but would you be in favor of some sort of change in terms of, when the teams have injuries to maybe prevent those type of questions from lingering?
Yeah, I've been for, if a player gets hurt in a series, he should be out for the series. I hope all those guys are surviving still, but it seemed pretty well choreographed. After every first down, somebody would go down. And the one kid got carted off, and I hope the Ivy kid's okay. I have no doubt that's a legitimate injury. But, that was, extremely well coordinated. And I've pushed for years in my role in the AFCA, because the officials say there's nothing we can do. In some of those cases, guys were clearly flopping. And I'm sure the SEC isn't going to address it because it's against an ACC team. And I've always been in favor of, if a guy gets hurt in a drive, he should be out for the entire series. And I think that would eliminate that.
Was it last season that was supposed to be emphasized to be taken out of the game? Or was that 2 seasons ago?
There's no way of enforcing it, Connor. Just the kid had a cramp. The kid twisted his ankle. And if that's the case, then they should take the series off. So, that's, again, there's no way of stopping it, and it rewards people who you're not supposed to do that, and there's supposed to be penalties for it. I don't think there's ever been a penalty enforced for it. And again, it's extremely well choreographed, and there's no penalty for it, so why not do it? It was every first down. So, but again, I mean, I'm sure some of them were legitimate, but who the hell knows? Tell you in 2 weeks, Josh. So, I mean, right now, we just got our ass kicked for 3.5 hours. So that was an ass whipping. It's a good football team, and we just got to get our guys back, and we've got a lot of games ahead of us. Like I told them in the locker room, I still think we have a chance to have a good football team, but this is a football team that has a very, very small margin of error. And when we blow a coverage, in 21 we could recover from that. This team is going to have to play really, really good football to not have those things happen.
What is the schedule now since you have a bye week? Is it normal tomorrow, Phil?
No, I'm going to give the staff and the players tomorrow off, and we'll watch the film individually as coaches tomorrow. We'll come in Monday, break it down, meet as a staff, figure out what we have to do, and we'll get with the team Tuesday. We'll get a couple of practices in, and this is from the start of camp to now, that's a long stretch. So we'll give them a few days off, and hopefully get them healthy, and then we're going to have a tough 5-game stretch. And Louisiana's a good football team. Those guys are going to have athletes and players, and we need to get a win. Yeah, his hamstring got a little tight again.
How good was it to get Ty Clark back in the game and has a positive rep after his fumble earlier?
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player, and he has to learn, and he's got to play through that. But that penalty, was costly. And again, whether it's 40 or 33, it's still a loss. But, you get the 40, it sure sounds a lot uglier. All right, thanks.